People want to build a new life with an old mindset. You have been living your whole life doing something, and that something is like a pattern. Your truth can change depending on your season because you are evolving. Hi, it's your sis Eve, and welcome to another episode of the Flourish Podcast, where we dive into personal development and becoming the best version of ourselves. So, I hope that you had a great week. I hope that everything went well for you. As for me, well, I had an amazing week. I can say that I'm still in the process of protecting my peace and protecting my joy. Yeah, this is what I'm doing basically these days. And I'm enjoying the process. I hope that you are also enjoying, if you are also on the same journey as me. Um, I hope that you're enjoying the process of um, learning a new way to develop yourself and becoming a better version of yourself. No matter the decision that you are making, whether they are small decisions or big decisions, I want you to be proud of yourself. I want you to, encourage yourself and to understand that this is not easy and that you made it. This life is just asking you to keep doing, but at the end of the day, to find the courage and the strength and to do it anyway. So for this week topic, I think that this week topic is going to be different. Yes. I don't know how to describe it, but let's get into it. So the topic is get a new lens. So basically, I think that what the Holy Spirit wanted me to share with you is that we need to get a new perspective of life. We need to get a new perspective of things. People want to build a new life with an old mindset. People want to become a better version of themselves with an old mindset. And they don't really realize that this is a trap. You cannot decide to do something new without considering that you have been living your whole life doing something, and that something is like a pattern. And if you don't decide to work and remove, yes, I want to say the word remove, that pattern from your life, this is going to affect the way you think in your new life. This is going to pursue you in your new life. And this is something, it would be like a burden that you are going to carry in this new life that you're trying to build. If you want to become a better version of yourself, there is a need of a deconstruction of your old mentality. There are some behaviors that you used to have that are no longer true for you in this particular season of your life. And I think one of the things that actually hinders people from getting a new lens or having a new perspective of their life is that they are afraid of being rejected. They don't know what is on the other side. When you have been doing something for so long, you got used to it. So whenever it's time for you to change that behavior, that trait of your personality, find it difficult because it's weird for you. It's new. It's challenging as well. So let me give you my experience about getting a new perspective of life and getting a new lens of life. After getting my high school degree, I went to Ghana to study for university. So I went there to do my bachelor degree. That's where I learned English. The life itself was really hard and challenging for me because it was new. I remember that I think it was in the second year I went back home and I told my parents that I was tired because I went through hard moments, and my parents asked me if I wanted to give up. And I said no. And they said, then you have to keep doing it. You have to prove to yourself that you can do it. I needed to have a different perspective because I'm living in another country. I'm meeting new people, people with different personalities. So I have to overcome my fear and decide to learn and to do it anyway. I think Ghana was, for me, this country taught me about resilience. I faced new challenges. I had to learn a new language. I had to learn to live by myself, to do my things by myself. I had no parents. I had no ruler. So I had to be disciplined about myself, educate myself. I really needed to be my own parents, basically. So this was a whole experience for me. So yeah, I think I really like it, and it really helped me to, at the end of the day, to become a better version of myself. But when we think about getting a new lens, we can refer to getting a new lens of our journey, our past, our trauma, no matter what we went through. And this is something that I think people really struggled with, especially when we think about things that we went through, especially when we think about some situations where we experience shame. Those things we really struggle to get a different perspective of it because it's there. I want to encourage you to use your journey, to use your pain as a springboard, not a setback. Because there is a purpose to it. There is a purpose to everything you went through. Your life matters. Your journey matters, no matter what you went through. So when I think about the practical steps that we can take to get a new perspective of life, I'm thinking about different things. And the first thing is that your truth can change depending on the season because you are evolving. Because most of the time, some people think that what was true for them yesterday is still true for them today. Your truth can change, and that's okay. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you or that you are not stable. No, it simply means that you are evolving, that life is changing for you, that things are moving on, you are doing new things, you are evolving, you are becoming. So your truth can change depending on your season, on the season you are finding yourself in. And I also want you to understand that your life matters, that your story matters, that there are some people who need you, who need your story. There are some people waiting for you to give them insight, advices because you went through what you went through. You were supposed to help someone. So how can you use your story to help someone? How can you use your story to do good around you? When you have that kind of vision and mindset, it helps you to have a different perspective of your story or your journey or your pain or your trauma. Every day, decide to get a new perspective. Protect your peace, your joy, because getting a new perspective is also about, it's not just about seeing life differently, but it can be done in practical action that you do every day. I know that the devil would always try to mess up my mind, so I need to make sure that I discipline my mind. This is also a way of getting a new perspective of your life. I want you to do things differently because I know that my actions will make me a better person. My action will make me a better version of myself. So I really want to be intentional about everything that I do. So and I want to do it every day. So you need to understand that the power is in your hand to build a different life. Decide every day to see your life from a different lens, through the lens of joy, of peace, of strength, of patience. You know, decide to make your life beautiful. So we are at the end of this episode. Thank you again for listening, and don't forget to take care of your heart and your mind, and see you in the next episode. Bye.